Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I rise to support this report. And Madam Speaker, in so doing, I want to say that this House did not have to be treated to this. We didn't have to do this. But Madam Speaker, I believe it is the responsibility of this House as the supreme law-making organ of this country to stand in the way of impunity. Madam Speaker, the amount of disrespect this House is getting from the Commission of Serem, the amount of disrespect the Serem Commission is showing to the political class in this country is nothing this country can live with. Madam Speaker, the amount of disrespect we are getting from the Commission of Implementation of the Constitution is nothing this country should expect. Madam Speaker, let me say this. No country under the sun, no country on earth is run by commissions. Countries are run by laws legislated by national assemblies or senates, or both. But Madam Speaker, this thought, this imagination that a commission can sit somewhere and become independent of its creators is a fallacy. How? Madam Speaker, let me apologize because I was in the finance committee that interviewed this lady. I want to agree with Honorable Nturi that she got this job due to other considerations, not her brains. The thing this country, the way we have gone, the so-called regional balance, is going to kill this country, Mr. Speaker. And I want to agree with Honorable Nturi that from now on we must agree as a country that even though we look at other considerations, competence must be number one. Because this lady is just incompetent. She is disrespectful. Madam Speaker, the law says, the Constitution, that nobody, no person can make...
There's a point of order, Honorable.
Madam Speaker, is it in order for Honorable Jakoyo to mention one commissioner when we know that this commission has other members? I wish he would also mention the other incompetent commissioners who are in addition to Sarah Serem.
Yes. Order, members. Order, members. Order, members. I want to also really reiterate that let us stick to the matter on the hand and stop personalizing it, and let's talk about what we need to talk about, the matters that is before us. Please stick to the matter.
But Madam Speaker, I will do that, Madam Speaker, but when she goes on TV and says Parliament cannot intimidate her, she's talking as an individual. Madam, we cannot be intimidated by her, Madam Speaker. This is our right. We must talk to her, Madam Speaker. We are not saying anything other than her competence and her job. And we have that right. We are paid to have that right, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, let me say this. In the Gazette notice, she had herself salary. Madam Speaker, if you remember, and you are here the last 2 years, she attempted to make her job permanent. We rejected it as a House. In that Gazette notice, Nyachai gets salary. Madam Speaker, this House said nobody should earn more than the president. You have a nobody doing nothing, earning more than our president. And we should say it. We are going to say it. Madam Speaker, let me tell you this. Let me say this to this House and the nation. This person called MCA, the person who is the county ward rep in this House, Madam Speaker, we merged the wards. Most of my ward reps represent more people than 60% of members sitting here. And then you tell them you are going to pay them 79,000, of which you are going to slash some 31% tax, and then you want them to serve people better. That is a conspiracy to kill devolution, Madam Speaker. That is a conspiracy to kill devolution. You cannot tell me somebody making 40,000 can afford a motorbike in the village. It is not possible. We must address this. It is not about members of parliament, Madam Speaker. If Serem had put our salary at 542,000, even if you taxed 70%, but followed the law, I would not be questioning it. She has refused to follow the law. And she says you cannot threaten her with your power to legislate, which is given to this house by the Constitution. Madam Speaker, you're dealing with a rogue person. You're dealing with a rogue person. Madam Speaker, let me say this. This house must play a role. And this house, I said it before, must realize that we made mistakes. We were told, pass the Constitution, then come back and rectify the 20% which is wrong. This is part of the 20%. Madam Speaker. This is part of the 20%. Madam Speaker, why do I say that? The commissions. That you have commissioners who behave like clerks. They want to do procurement. They don't want to do policy. So there is conflict. When elections are coming, politicians are fighting because some incompetent person called a commissioner has not done their work. We can't accept that as a country. But Madam Speaker, let me say this. The Serem Commission, each one of them has a driver and a GK and a security. And they live here in Nairobi, and they want to go around making about $1 million, Bob, and then they tell a member of parliament who has usage of that vehicle that you don't need one. If you have to acquire one, please take a loan. And then they don't want to give you the money to repay that loan. We accept there are some members here who are well endowed. We accept. I saw some are saying them they don't need the 542. That is you. For us who want public service, we don't have that opportunity. Anyway, yeah. So, Madam Speaker.
Order, members.
Madam Speaker.
Please proceed to complete, please to conclude.
Madam Speaker, we did not see in that Gazette notice, for example, the judiciary. The Constitution talks about the judges. But the judiciary has been busy improving the life of everybody that works for it. The judiciary has been doing so. So what is so selective that she goes after politicians or political officers and not talk about this other one? She is not talking about the salary of a county commissioner. She is not talking about the county commissioners today are earning more than the governor. It's a ploy and a plot to kill the devolution. We can't accept that, Madam Speaker. What I am saying, Madam Speaker, in conclusion, this commission must go back to the drawing board and do what the law requires. The law requires that anything they come up with, just like IEBC did, any law or regulation they wish, must come here for debate. Must. They will not see, whatever they're trying to do will never work. Any order they create, Madam Speaker, they even tried to make the position of controller of budget far less than that of the Auditor General. The proprietor or the allocator of the money is less than the supervisor. That is what they're trying to do with Parliament. We can never agree to that. So, Madam Speaker, let me say this very lastly to your staff, Madam Speaker. We are negating this Gazette notice. Comply with the law as it was tonight before it was like it was. Because, Madam Speaker, we are aware. We are aware that part of the resistance is within us. So we must act and act within the law. And we are requesting you, Madam Speaker, not instructing, but requesting you on record that immediately this happens. And remember, Nyacha is saying we don't have the right. Ask him to refer to the Ringera or PLO case. He will know which powers we have in here. I thank you, Madam Speaker.